Hello, it's Corrine from Corrine Crafts here. Thank you for watching my YouTube videos. I hope you are all well and I hope you're all having a lovely bank holiday. Well, it's bank holiday here in the UK. It might not be everywhere else. Today's video is all about using alcohol inks. And I've got these three here, a blue, a yellow and a green. But this time we've used them on vellum. Now, instead of using them on Yupo paper, which I know is a little bit pricey and not everybody has, we're going to have a go at doing it on vellum. We're also going to be adding a bit of gilding flakes. And for people that struggle, we're going to cheat and do it with our quickie glue pen. But we're also going to use our alcohol blending solution to make everything flow like that. Really simple card. Maybe for a man, maybe for a woman, it's entirely up to you, but I think it's really good fun. I love having a play. I hope you do too. So let's keep watching and see how it's made. Going back to some of my previous videos, you will remember I made this gorgeous background using Yupo paper, which is a special paper for alcohol inks. Really brilliant for making the inks just sort of smudge about. And then I made this gorgeous card. Oh, you remember that. If not, I'll maybe put a link on so that you can go back to watching that. So that will be really good. But I know Yupo paper is quite expensive and not everybody has it. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen that one of the key principles of my YouTube channel is all about using products that you might already have in your craft stash. I don't want people going out and buying lots of things. So I've seen a few videos recently where people are using vellum with their alcohol ink. So I thought I'd have a go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, and you saw I had another piece of card. So what I'm going to do is once I've done it, I'm going to stick it onto my white card. So that's going to, you know, go over the top, just because obviously it's transparent. But Yupo, not Yupo, sorry, vellum is parchment paper, but this is vellum. Is like. It's a non-fibrous cardstock, so that's why the alcohol inks work so well. And I know last time when I did it, I used my alcohol blending solution and I dropped it straight on. This time I've popped it in a little water brush. So this is blending solution in there rather than water. So I've written that on there so that I know that this is the brush for my blending solution. And I've just stained that with my alcohol inks, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so what I want the inks to sort of pull it down a little bit, and then to make it even more fun, we're going to add some gilding flakes. Now everybody says you can get the gilding flakes to stick. I had limited success with that, so I will admit I went in once it was dry and I used a quickie glue pen as well. So we're going to sort of mix and match the two. You make it work however it works for you, and that's not wrong. Okay, so I've got two yellows. They're both very similar. I've got the lemonade and the honeycomb, and we'll see with that. So I always tend to start with my palest colour first. So I'm going to pop a few bits on, drops on, just on like that. And can you see straight away it starts to pool and move. Now the one I did a few minutes ago to practice, I put a few colours on, but what I'm actually going to do, so I'm just going to squeeze my water brush. Can you see the drips just come in, and then it starts to pool a little bit more. So I'm just going to let those move around a little bit, but I want it to sort of come down in the middle. So let's do that. Then you can just leave it to dry, or you can force it to dry with your heat gun. So that's what I'm going to do. This is why I went in with my glue gun, because I actually, not glue gun, glue pen, because I dried it in different layers. What I could do is try and get the gilding flakes to stick on the edges where there's most, but I wanted to dry it separately. So that's my bit. If you want to do it all in one go, as the edges get sticky, you'll be able to add in your gilding flakes. Right, I'm going to stop talking so I can speed this bit up. That's not perfectly dry, but I've got no more puddles, and that's what I wanted. And I might actually just put a little bit of the darker yellow inks. I like shades, tones of the colour. So, because the alcohol blending solution has dried, so I'm just going to pop that in there. Can you see? I love that effect. I'm going to have a go at bleach on as well. See how that goes, I've heard. Right, just going to dry that off. You can blot it, but I don't want to get the blot mark, so I'm going to just dry. The other thing I like about using the heat gun is I can control the ink as well. So I think that's really good fun. So I'm going to go in with my blue next. I'm going to start filling in a few of these gaps. I will start to get a few browny sludgy bits. It can't be helped. I want to try and keep my vellum as flat as possible. I could have actually masked it down, but I didn't. And that kept it straight. So the thing is not to use your heat gun on too high a setting. If you do that, it shouldn't warp it. So we can just give it a little bit of control. If you want even more control, then don't do as many bits in one go. That will also work. So I'm just blending those in. I do like it when they do overlap, but just be careful of the colour transitions. Okay, so let's dry that off. I'm going to try looking down at my local charity shop for something like a salad spinner. I've got a nice one at home and I don't want to use that because it's mine and I like it. But I think that would be really good with your alcohol inks. Put that in and then spin it. Do you remember you used to have it, something like that as a child? I did when I was younger. And you could then you get paints and then you'd twirl it round really fast. Really not a lot of blending solution coming out of it. It might look like quite a lot, but I promise you it isn't. So we can just do that. Now, I've cut this vellum. Vellum's dead cheap. If I was doing this on Yupo, I'd have probably cut it to the size I wanted. But because vellum is so cheap and cheerful, relatively, I have just cut it a bit bigger. Now, what I want it to do is to pull down a little bit. I want a sort of a funnel effect. So just remember, it's going to change a bit. Actually, I could do with a little bit more there. Just dry that off. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my yellow just here and here. And just intensify a couple of these colours up. I quite like that. And again, if you want it to move, you can just blend. You could blow it. I'll show you. If I just blow it with my heat gun. Oh, I only want to set in one. There we go. You see how they move. Or if you need it to move more, then have a go with your blending solution. I just love how it reacts. What you want to be doing now is, while it's still sticky, so if I touch some of those, yep, they're a bit sticky. You could, now you see those are drying off a bit. But hopefully where it's a bit stickier, just on those edges. So I could go in and just pop on a little bit. If it's dried, all you need to do is get the Quickie glue pen. For me, are the best glue pens. All I want to do is pick out where I want the glue to go. So I'm just putting on the tiniest little bit. Like I say, if you work quick, you can get it in. But I'm all about finding a way around if you can't. And not everyone can work that quickly. And that's absolutely fine. So all I'm doing is following the edges. I'm just going to lift that off a minute. See, it's stuck a bit where that was wet, but I didn't have very much wet there. Pop it round. Like I say, you can work fast and do, but why make it more stressful than it needs to be? Crafting's supposed to be fun. It's all about the creativity and it's about the finished results. Nobody knows. You see, that's a bit sticky still there, so I can see. Nobody needs to know how you got to the finished stage. All they need to know is that what you're giving them is a beautiful gift. I'm hardly using any glue at all. And I'm just roughly following those edges. Really, really keep it moving fast because I don't want too much glue, but I also don't want it to be too thought about. Let's go around there like that one. Let's come. Now you've got to decide how much gold flake you want. You might not want too much. You might think that I've put on a bit too much. It's entirely up to you, but I love the sheen you get with this. Isn't it lovely? Absolutely gorgeous. We can come down here. I think that might maybe do. Let's go around there. Right, let's have a look at that. So let's go with our gold leaf. Because I put so little on, there's no sort of waiting time, waiting for it to dry. So I've got a nice biggish piece here. And all I want to do, dab it on and pull it off. Obviously I haven't got any just there. It's not sticking. Don't worry, we're not going to use anywhere near this much gold leaf when we finish. Just popping it on. It's so much easier to pop it on and peel it off. You could try different colours. You know, I have my one I always call my verdigris box. All the bits that are, if I do multiple colours, all come together. I love my verdigris box where it's all different. Is that the right term? I use the term verdigris. I use it like I know it's the right term. I don't actually know if it is. What I mean is my sort of odds and ends box of gilding flakes from when, you know, like I say, when I do lots of different ones. There we go. I actually have a box of gilding flakes to give away to someone. I must get that sorted. Just some, I've got so many. I just thought I'd love to give them away to someone. I'll maybe have a think about that. Should have done it with this card and thought about it, shouldn't I? But I didn't. Didn't get it planned. I just talk as I'm thinking. There we go. There we go. Like I say, I love to do cards or projects with things that you're all likely to have lying around now. So many people will have had gilding flakes in previous craft boxes and things like that. Maybe not use them, maybe not knowing how to use them. Right, so that's on there. All I'm going to do is get a little sponge, any sort of sponge, and then I can just take it off. Now, what you'll find is where I had those big pieces, it'll go solid in the middle. All I need to do is just give it a little burnish and all the bits will come off apart from where there was the actual glue. Don't worry about it. It's better to take too much off than have big clumps, in my opinion anyway. You've got to do it how you want. Look at that. It looks like gold veining in marble. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift that and scoot it straight back in the pot because it's all one colour. So I can actually see what's left. And then I can see, look, I've got some little bits. So this is where you need a sponge with a bit of texture to get off where there's maybe a little bit too much. So yeah, it's puddled as well, hasn't it, in places. I think that's all that's going to come off. Okay. There we go. How does that look? Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. So what I need to do now, apart from pick up all the bits of gold leaf, is cut it down to size and cut my card to size. I might actually put this on first. So what I'm going to do, yeah, we're going to wing it. Right, I'm going to put this over and I'm going to get my tacky glue. And now I'm all right putting it over here. I don't want to put too much on because I know it's not going to be seen, but I'm going to put a little bit down here because people always say, how do you attach vellum? So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to get my finger, preferably without gilding flakes on, and I'm just going to smooch that out. Just spread it as thinly as I can. I'm not adding any water because I did think about rubbing that with a damp sponge, but I'm just going to do it like that, and then I can come around here. I could use almost anything under here because obviously the alcohol inks will hide any adhesive. Okay, so pop that, and then I'm going to pop it onto my piece of card, just like that, and that'll flatten. So if you've got any ripples, you can just, because it's tacky glue, just gives you a chance to flatten them out. Oh, come on, have I got gilding flakes under there? Really don't want gilding flakes under there. I'm actually making it worse. Making it worse. Okay, we're going to have to go with those gilding flakes. I should have cleaned up, shouldn't I? Never mind. Okay, so we've got that. Bear with me. I'm just going to trim that down to size, and then I will be right back. Oh, does that look? I've trimmed it down to 6.5 by 5, and then, but it's nice and flat because I've got it onto some white card, and then I'm just going to pop it onto some gold. I decided to go with a gold that was didn't have too much of a finish. Now, usually we'd say don't use your all-purpose glue, your Collal all-purpose, you've got a coated card. As long as I'm careful, it'll be fine. But I like the rigidity that this will give me. So I've just gone 1/8 of an inch wider, or you know, bigger on all directions. Let's just go to there. There we go on to there, and then that can go straight onto a card base. Let's move it. What a simple card. No height, no depth, just a lovely simple card. That gorgeous alcohol inks, aren't they vibrant? I did think about introducing some black, but then I changed my mind. So the next thing I've done is I've got some sort of swash dies. You can see happy birthday, birthday wishes. I was going to do happy birthday, and I've cut out birthday wishes. We'll go birthday wishes. So I've cut it out of the same gold, a bit of this cut over. I'm going to turn that over, and I'm just going to go across with my dotty tape pen, and it'll stick perfectly because it's sticking to me already. There we go. So let's go dotty tape pen all across here. I could have just done it with my glue bottle, couldn't I? It might have been easier. Okay, so it's going to go off the edge, so I just need to centre it. Make sure it's reasonably straight. Let's bring that down here. My hands are filthy, so I'm going to have to be careful. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? And then the final thing I want to do is I grabbed me, they're not the right gold, are they? They're not the right gold, so let's bring in my pot. Is that the right gold? I think that's going to be a better gold. I could do some more of these. I don't know where I got them. Are these hunky-dory ones? They might be. I think they might be. Let's put a couple of these on, only a few. You know me and my gems at the moment. I'm loving my gems. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Now, this is just trial and error. I don't think this is going to work. I think I'm going to have to take it back off, but let's... Yeah, don't want it on there. And that is all I would do. Alcohol inks and gilding flakes to create this beautiful, beautiful effect. But instead of doing it on Yupo paper, we've done it on vellum. So I think that's a really lovely technique. I think it looks so, so effective. I hope you like that. If you do, all the details are down there. I'll put some vellum and I'll put a link to some alcohol inks and see if I can find some gilding flakes for you. All the things that you might need to create something like that. Really, really simple. Male, female, whatever you want it to be. So thank you for watching my video. I'll try and, I've been told I can do a clever link somewhere, maybe up here, to my previous alcohol inks video. I'll have a go at doing that. And then also, yeah, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Ta-ra for now. Bye.